It is anticipated that the forthcoming budget for India will comprise of provisions aimed at fostering the expansion and modernization of the plastics industry through the implementation of financial incentives and investments in technology. The Plastindia Foundation is optimistic that the Honorable Finance Minister will take into account the overall growth and development of the entire plastics industry, including the production of raw materials, converters and machine manufacturers when formulating the budget. The Foundation's objective is to promote the advancement of the Indian plastic industry and to attain a significant increase in growth, targeting a $25 trillion industry by 2045 as compared to the current projection of $5 trillion by 2025. In this segment, we'll be featuring the thoughts and expectations of industry experts who will share the knowledge and provide valuable perspective on the future of the polymers and petrochemicals industry. It's our pleasure to have Mr. Jigish Doshi, President of Plastindia Foundation, with us today. Mr. Doshi, what are your 2 to 3 biggest expectations from Budget 2023 and what should be the priorities for the plastics industry?
In this budget, our main expectation from the government of India to increase the custom duty and basic duty on the finished product. So finished goods must not be an import easily, and Indian industries will grow and flourish in the banner of whichever the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, that's a Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat. So to support that, government must support to increase the basic custom duty of the finished product. That is our main things. Second, whichever on the polymers, the today basic custom duty is between around 5 and 7.5%. So we request that maintain that and increase the custom duty only on the finished product. That is the main. Second, so many things are there. The electricity, we want uninterrupted power with the reasonable rate like our neighboring country. We want a export incentive for the Indian domestic industries. We want that overall globe, the Indian plastic industries must be a sourcing hub for the overall world demand. And that is possible only after if the government is giving a incentive. The rate of interest by the bank and NBFC must be reasonable. The foreign currency must be a steady, not a highly volatile. And the electricity duty, labor laws, electricity rate, uninterrupted electricity, the labor laws, it should be favorable with the industries. And it is at least at par with the neighboring country like China. If we want to compete with the neighboring country like China, then government must give all this support to the industries. And without a hassle, today, if there are any technical error or compliance is technical error, there are a provision of the prison. So industrialist is in a fear. So they are not going for the more expansion and more investment because all these things. So by any technical reason, if in something governance or compliance something is happened, government must be reasonable and it is in a civil matter, not it's a fraud. So that is our overall macro level demand. Again, the income tax rate. If today, if someone is putting a new company, then there are so many drastic income tax rate is down. And if existing company has to pay more income tax, personal income tax is so high, 30% or something like that. So it is not a correct thing. So when someone is earning something by their the dedication and hard work, they have to pay more tax. And if someone is putting a new unit and they have to go with the law, so it must be a reasonable and a uniform. That is our demand.
Can Budget 2023 help boost India's manufacturing ambitions amid a cooling external demand?
So we definitely, because the domestic demand is always there, but we want India as a processing and export hub for the plastic product. So for that, actually we want a government support. Without government support, anyone can't do so much investment. So if we want to compete neighboring country like China, we must be in a big size. The small size it's not a competitive. Small size is definitely working good, but that is for the Indian domestic demand. So if we want to competitive export, big unit is needed, investment, sizable investment is needed. So we want a government support for the export hub like India.
Mr. Doshi, always a pleasure speaking with you. For more stories on plastics and petrochemicals, stay tuned to Polymer Update.